Jai Sitaram. Ayodhya Ch, chapter 12. In the previous section, we saw how Dashratha reacts to Kaikeyi's very cruel jabs. We saw that with unblinking eyes, he looked at his once beloved queen, who was now stating some very disagreeable words, and they pierced his heart as if they were thunderbolts. And he was swimming in the ocean of pain and sorrow, and it was exceptionally terrible. And Dashratha remembers Kaikeyi's resolve and how she made him swear upon his transport of gratitude, upon Rama, upon his pious credits, upon the fact that he is dharmic, and also by calling as witnesses the 33 crores of devatas as well. He remembered all of that, and then he heaved a huge sigh. He exclaims, "Oh Rama!" and he just falls down as if he were a tree in the forest that was cut off. Let us continue with this great bhakta's emotions at this time. Verse 55. Nashta chitto yathonmato viparito yathaturaha krita teja yatha sarpo babhuva jagati patihi. He seemed like a person of unsettled mind, or one struck with sudden madness, or like one whose very nature has undergone a thorough change under the influence of some fell disease, or like a strong man in the cruel grip of an unknown malady, or like some mighty serpent drained of its power and energy by potent spells. So, once again, kudos to Valmiki for giving such a detailed description of the psyche of King Dashratha at this time. No matter how much we give him the praise, but still we can always fall short because Valmiki has captured the essence of the love that Dashratha has for Lord Rama. Nashta chitto, that means the mind is lost. It is broken. Yathon matto. That means that he is unmatha. So he has become like a madman. And he is viparito. That means that he is getting some sort of a complete overturn as to what has happened. So that is, the very nature has undergone a very thorough change, maybe under some sort of a malady or something like that, or some hridat teja, like a very strong person who is now come under the grip of some unknown malady, or yatha sarpo. That means that like a mighty serpent who has lost its fierceness. It's like this, the king Dashratha, Jagati Patihi, that means that the Lord of the earth is now like this. In the previous verse, we saw how King Dashratha says, "Oh Rama," and he crashes on the ground like a mighty tree that is felled. And over here, we get to see that he's trembling. He's a madman who has lost his equilibrium. Or like a person who is ailing, who is in patient. He's atura iva. He's a patient. Or like a mighty serpent who is bereft of its fierceness, is bereft of its power and energy. So, all the beautiful things without any of the things that give it that power. Because he knows that he has to be away from Rama. So, Dashratha doesn't have the energy. Rama is the one who's giving the energy. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that he is the vibhuti of everything. For example, in Bhagavad Gita 10:19, Lord Krishna says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Hantate kathayishyami divya hi atma vibhutaya pradhanyatah kurushreshta nasti anto vistarasya me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent to Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. And in Bhagavad Gita 10:36, he says, Sattvam sattvavatam aham. I am the strength of the strong. So, Rama is the one who's providing everything to his devotees. And Dasharatha is such a heightened devotee that the moment he knows that he has to be separated away from Rama, he's losing everything. He's crashing down on the ground. He doesn't even have strength to stand up. He's losing his consciousness. He's becoming achetana. He's losing a lot of his faculty and he's just begging and praying, and that's about it. And the strength of the emperor is now all gone. He's losing his consciousness. He's losing his mind. He's becoming yathonmata. He is nashtachitto. He is achetana. He has gone through all of that phases. Why? Because Rama is going to be parted away from him. So similarly, in Sundarakand, we see the description of Sita Ma without Lord Rama, and there is a lot of very similar adjectives given to her as well by Hanuman. So in both of these cases, we get to see that even though they were thinking about Lord Rama so very deeply, the fact that they know that they are separated from him is too much for them to bear. Of course, Mother Sita is in a different category of bhaktas than King Dasharatha, but still King Dasharatha is a highly elevated devotee as well. And we have to understand that he's feeling that separation from Lord Rama right now. Verse 56. Dinaya tu gira raja iti hovacha Kaikeyin anartham imam arthabham kena tvam upadarshita bhutopahata chitteva bhruvanti mam na lajjase. Next, he turned to Kaikeyi in abject humility and said, Girl, let me know at least who implanted in your innocent heart this wicked thought that flatters your hopes of self-interest. Has some malignant demon taken possession of your soul that you speak to me so shamelessly? So, the king is asking Kaikeyi in a very miserable, distressed tone. He's asking, Dīnaya tu gira raja. And the king speaks to Kaikeyi, Anartham imam arthabam. You thought this worthless thing to be very worthwhile. Who taught you this? Who has implanted the thought to flatter your own hopes of self-interest? So, self-interest is actually anartham. Actually, self-interest at the expense of Rama's presence is anartham. That's why King Dasharatha says, Anartham imam, this is totally unworthy. Arthabham, appearing to be very worthwhile. Kena, who, tvam, you, upadarshita, has shown you. Bhutopahata chitteva, that means some evil spirit has turned your mind, perverted your mind. Na lajjase, you're not ashamed, bhruvanti mam, to speak like this to me? So why aren't you ashamed? So Kaikeyi is saying that she cannot be satisfied with any other boon other than Rama going off to the forest. She says that she is going to drink poison and die right in front of her husband Dasharatha. And she has spoken so cruelly to her husband. And now Dasharatha is asking, do you not have any shame? Bhruvanti mamna lajjase? To speak like this to me? So, has some evil person turned your mind? Because we have already seen this. Kaikeyi's present behavior does not match how she behaved in the past. So, has something happened that you have completely gone bonkers? You are completely out of your mind. And you have no shame while you're speaking to me. Verse 57. Shila vyasanam etatte nabhijanamyaham pura balayastat vidanim te lakshaye viparitavat. You were but a slip of a girl when I married you, and how could I see through your fair face into the black heart behind? Now that you have grown in years, your nature asserts itself. So there is a saying that you cannot hide your true nature for a very long time. Your nature will always surface at some point or the other. So here, Dasharatha is saying that in the very beginning, without knowing your conduct, I married you and I brought you into my family. But now I am seeing how viparitavat it is, how perverted it is. I'm seeing that in you. Before I could not do that, but now I'm able to see you. So he's saying basically that the sweetness and the tenderness and the generosity and all the wonderful qualities of Kaikeyi that he had witnessed in the past were all just for an eyewash. This is her true nature. Her true nature is that she is very selfish and she wants all the opulence to go to her son and not Rama. We can also see that the tone of King Dasharatha is changing a little bit. He first said that he's going to bow down and he's praying with closed palms, and then he's willing to place his head at her feet and do things like that. And then Kaikeyi spoke, and now he's saying, how can you speak to me so shamelessly? And your conduct is all viparitavat. It is all perverted. I did not understand what was happening before, but now I'm able to see you for who you truly are. And then he goes on to wonder why this change has taken place. Verse 58. Kuto vate bhayam jatam ya tvam evam vidam varam rashtre bharatam asinam Vrinishe Raghavam Vane. Whom do you fear that you guard yourself so carefully by these boons? Why do you seek to have Bharata seated on the throne and Rama to stay in the forest? And over here, he calls Rama as Raghava, even though Raghava technically means the descendant of Raghu. But he is using the term Raghava to call Rama because Rama is the oldest son in the line of Raghus. And once again, this is a veiled criticism of Kaikeyi that she is not following the dharma of a good daughter-in-law because the Ikshvaku Kula's tradition is that the oldest son has to be crowned the king. Sage Vasishtha mentions this to Lord Rama in Chitrakuta as well. And over here, Dasharatha is saying that Rama is the oldest son and he has to ascend the throne, and instead you want Bharata to ascend the throne and Rama to go off into the forest. So has someone done something to cause you to be afraid of Rama? Or as in the previous verse, he said, has some evil person done something to you to make your mind so perverted? What has happened? Why do you want to see Rama go off and stay in the forest? So, kuto vate bhayam jatam. So the fear has cropped up in you, because of which you're asking for Rama to be sent off to the forest. Because in the previous few years, whenever Rama was there, Rama has always served Kaikeyi with so much of affection. So now, has someone said something to you about Rama because of which you are now afraid? And now you want to send him to the forest, the oldest son to the forest, and you want Bharata to ascend the throne of this kingdom. There is something that does not make sense. So let us go on and take a look at more of King Dashratha's responses in the next section. Jai Sitaram.